cause. Let's go to London. It is Mahdi. Mahdi's in London. Let's hear from him. Go ahead, Mahdi.
Hello, George. This year I will be commemorating by remembering the 200,000 Syrians murdered by your puppet Assad, the hundreds of Palestinians imprisoned by a tyrannical terrorist organization, Hamas, which you handed money over to, the victims of the terrorist attacks by the jihadi Imad Mughniya, who you described as a terrorist, as a hero, sorry, who is a terrorist, who in fact killed more Americans than any other jihadi other than Osama bin Laden. What would you be saying to their families, George?
Go on. Are you finished?
No, not at all, George. The last time I saw you was on the BBC's Question Time programme, and I think events were very telling, because when someone asked if George Galloway, if a member of the panel was responsible for the rise in anti-Semitism, an entire audience, an esteemed panel, and even the great George Galloway himself automatically assumed that the person who must be the anti-Semite was George Galloway. A guilty conscience, perhaps, I don't know. But what I do know is that you have actively stated, and I quote here, you in, I think it was 2009 or maybe, openly expressed support for the head of Hezbollah, Hassan Nasrallah, a man who said that the Jews should gather in Israel so it would save them the trouble of hunting them down worldwide.
Let me just before your ad hominem goes any further, let me ask you a simple question. Why did you lie to our staff by saying your name was Mahdi? Why didn't you give...
I think there must have been a misunderstanding, George.
No, I don't think it's a misunderstanding. No, there was no misunderstanding. No, there was no misunderstanding. You lied that your name was Mahdi. You lied. Why did you do that?
Israel of
why did you do it? I'm asking you. I'm asking you why you lied. You see, ironically, there was absolutely no reason for you to lie. Other foaming at the mouth Zionist fanatics like you regularly call, and they're always put through, and they're always broadcast. There was no need for you to lie. And the reason that they are put through, and the reason that they are broadcast, is because the performance you've just given is the best possible tonic for us. It is the best possible reminder of the lying, mendacious, terroristic mentality of the Zionist. The ability to twist and lie and distort is exactly your playbook. And after all, it had to be, because Zionism is one of the biggest lies and based on one of the biggest lies in all history. That lie was that the Zionists were a people without a land, and they wanted to seize a land without a people. Both of these statements were lies. The Zionists were not the Jews. They did not represent the Jews. It was the British Empire who chose them when they were a small scintilla of Jewish opinion and promised them, on behalf of one people, to a second people, the land which belonged to a third people. And Palestine was not a land without people. Palestine was a land of hundreds of thousands, millions actually, of people. They were Jews, they were Christians, and they were mainly Muslims. And they had lived there in harmony, in amity, in comradeship, as brothers and sisters, as people of the book, for century after century. It is your poisonous, racist, apartheid mentality which has caused all this blood all this blood for the Palestinians, first and foremost, all this suffering for the Palestinians, first and foremost, but all the blood and all the suffering of the Jews in Palestine ever since. You destroyed Palestine. You destroyed Jerusalem. And most people in the world already know it. Now, the next time you want to come on the show for a history lesson, do so honestly, in your own name, not as a creeping, lying, deceiving Zionist rat, which is what you have just proved yourself to be. Sam is in Birmingham, in England. Go ahead, Sam.
George.
Yes.
I didn't detect an answer to any of my 4 questions, so I thought I'd try again.
Go ahead.
The last one, just to remind you, was why did you say Syria was lucky to have Bashar al-Assad as her president? Why did you say that? Live on YouTube, you can all see it. Why did you support Hamas and Hezbollah, which both deny the first Holocaust of the Jewish people and call for a second? Why did you support Imad Mughniya, the Hezbollah terrorist, who famously...
Okay, you got 3 lies in under a second false name and false location. You see, you are an inveterate, shameless, brazen liar. You were Mahdi in London, now you're Sam in Birmingham, but you're neither Mahdi nor are you in Birmingham. You're just a liar. So let me deal with the 3 lies that you have just perpetrated. I did say in 2005, that Syria was lucky to have Bashar al-Assad as their president. I believed that in 2005, and I was not alone, because just before I said that, Her Majesty the Queen had the president of Syria, Bashar al-Assad, and his wife as house guests in Buckingham Palace. She rode with him up the Mall in an open-top carriage, and the Prime Minister of Britain recommended him for an honor, an honorary knighthood from the British state. Many people believed in 2005 that Bashar al-Assad represented an advance for the people of Syria, and so did I. The third of your lies about Imad Mughniya is a brazen lie indeed. I said that the people of Hezbollah consider Imad Mughniya as a hero. I did not say that I considered him as a hero. I said that Hezbollah regarded him as a hero. You know that, of course, but your playbook insists that you distort my words in order to lie to the people. As to Hamas, I don't know if they deny the Holocaust. I do not. I speak about it very often, including here on Press TV. And as you're a fan of YouTube, you can easily type in the words George Galloway plus Holocaust. There you will find me, I like to think eloquently, speaking about the Holocaust, against the deniers of the Holocaust, against anti-Semitism. You know all that, of course, but it's in your playbook that you have to lie. Hamas are the most important part of the Palestinian resistance to the Zionism that you support. The Zionism which murdered all those children, which you still have not been able to bring yourself to speak about just last summer. I know what you did last summer, Sam or Mahdi in London or Birmingham. I know what you did last summer. You supported, you cheered, whilst hundreds of small children were massacred. hundreds of small children were massacred and thousands of people trapped in a concentration camp were murdered. Tens of thousands maimed. Scores of thousands of their houses destroyed, which the Zionism you support has forbidden to be rebuilt. So I know what you did last summer, and you know what I did last summer. I was on the streets all over this country, raising my voice against the mass murder that you support. And in return, in the last day of August, last summer, I was violently attacked by one of your friends who hospitalized me, who knocked me down. But you know what? I got up again. When I get knocked down, I get up again. And as long as God gives me breath, I'll continue to do so. Tomorrow, 3 o'clock at the BBC, Great Portland Street. Be there for Jerusalem.